sorry, I just want to say what Viraj said in the chat. Jealousy is one of the things that he feels like he's the guy that he sees, like Sas said, sees other people's picks. He gets jealous, which is
That's
uh,
natural.
yeah,
Like
that's
I'm sure
natural.
Spencer. I think okay.
It's
So a
a
way that we
natural
can relate.
thing.
I can relate 100%.
I think it's natural to social media because so maybe an example that we could relate to. So if you see on Instagram like a really well like a buff really buff guy, right?
Yep.
He's very like worked out, spent a lot of time, put a lot of effort, and he showed a picture of like his body, and you think, damn, I wish I could look like that. And
Yeah.
it just will make you don't take into consideration what's going through his head or the journey he's made to get to that point or the effort he's put into or the time, the effort, the money, just everything that has gone into looking that way.
Yeah.
All you're doing is saying like that's his post and that's my post, and you just sort of put them in a hierarchy. You're just like, okay, well my post is clearly just not on par with it, I think.
Yeah, I agree to some extent because I agree I do get jealousy, but I always for some like not for some reason, but recently or this year I've been every time I see something I ask why. Like why? Like there's always a why for someone or something, right? And so like you said, we don't know his why, but I always ask it and you can there's usually a lot of reasons. Like sometimes people have been overweight, right? Prime example, Raj, he came on the podcast with us. He was overweight and he's so determined to get into shape because he was so motivated by seeing everyone else and seeing like the benefits of being in shape, health wise and obviously social wise as well. Like if we're being honest, like, I feel like a lot of people that are in shape are more likely to be. I'm sure there's a study on this, but more likely to be approached, or it's easier to approach people when you're in shape rather than overweight. Unfortunately, that's the
I
thing.
think that's just generally with people who think it's just generally the perception of people on the scale of good looking to bad looking.
Yeah,
People are always more likely to approach someone who's good looking.
yeah,
Always.
but yeah,
It's like a natural instinctive thing.
but the whole point I'm trying to make is good looking does involve weight, and so
Yeah,
people
no,
that
no, that's what
yeah, you're right.
I
So the whole point, oh, he said, it's promoting that industry if that makes sense, because you want to achieve that since he done it. Yeah, exactly. So that's what I'm saying. So when I look at a picture like that, I'm asking, okay, why? I might not be able to see as why, but then you ask yourself, why can I not do it? If you're motivated to do it, that should be your motivation. Be like, if he's done it, I can do it. You know?
No, I don't.
Bro, you good?
Nah, I totally understand what you mean though. But I think I was just thinking of it more on like this very snapped sort of decision emotion that you get. So you might be working towards a similar goal. Like you might be going to the gym every day, doing 2 hours a day workouts,
Yeah.
and you might actually be making progress. And realistically, from someone else's perspective, you might not be far behind. But all it takes is seeing someone else be there already, and you're like, okay, you have that sort of jealousy. It's just like you see the love and the likes and the comments that they get, and you're like, shit, man, is this? I need to get there, and it's like it's not dissuading you from reaching these goals, and you can ask the question why, and you can be like, okay, well now I want to get to that place, but it's not what I'm trying to make a point of is that the emotional impact and the mental impact it has on you in that split second of seeing it, be like, okay, I'm not there. You can't help but compare yourself to that. You can't be like, okay, she's got a shit ton of likes, he's got a shit ton of likes. Compare it to me, not that much, and you just sort of like it. It's just so it's like this subconscious thing. I think you just put yourself down.
You're
Really
right,
subconscious.
but the scary thing is people will genuinely see these things, get jealous, like you said, and only solely get in shape just to get likes, which is vile. Because if you're basing your life around a virtual number, that's not healthy. Like that's got to change because
It's so real, so
yeah,
real.
because that happens so much and we see it so often. It's scary, and that's like I think, like you said it, or like I said as well, we just need to use that jealousy in a positive way rather than negative way. Well, we like the other alternative that to what I was saying is people get jealous, and guess what? It'll make them upset. It'll make them feel down because they're not there and they are. You know?
Yeah.